Okay. In studio tonight with Olivia Munn. I don't know how she does it, is the new movie. You're in there with Sarah Jessica Parker. This is a big moment, isn't it, Munn?
It's a really exciting moment to be in a movie with all these great Sarah Jessica Parker, Pierce Brosnan, Greg Kinnear, Christina Hendricks. It's very exciting, and my mom having her come to the premiere, and her seeing letting her
letting her in.
Like, Mom, you can come, but shh. But seeing it up there, it's very exciting. It's everything I wanted.
Because do you want to do more movies? I mean,
I want to do right now I'm really lucky because doing The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and also, the Sorkin Show for HBO, and then I start the new Soderbergh movie. And right now with that caliber of people, I would do webisodes. So yeah. I'm like, I don't really care I would literally just like walk around and hand out ramen to people.
When did it pop? When did it totally break through? Attack of the Show on G4 was the beginning. But when did it boom?
People ask, and I think that for me, it really feels like there was a moment. I was very lucky from the very beginning. You can't tell the fans and the press who to like, and I've always credited everything I have with the fans and also the press, just that they've picked up on me and got my sense of humor, because I have a very specific sense of humor, and the fact that people got it was a great thing for me. But I think really, if I was going to give you a straight answer, I remember in 2009 when Entertainment Weekly put me on their must list. It's a magazine that is both, everyone in I think mainstream reads it, but also the business reads it, and they're, they really are very picky over there. And I think when I got that, there was a moment that kind of changed, and it might have just been timing and everything. But for me, that's what I remembered. That moment from then on, things were a little bit different.
I was on there with Kid Hoover for our morning show that you were just on a little while ago, and. Is it popped yet? I'm just waiting for the pop.
Well, it takes a second.
But
your morning show.
Maybe we skipped past it to the crackle.
No, but the morning show is, but it did well already because people knew you, and it was. I mean, I remember watching for the first time the set. It's really great. That's a really important thing, when you watch people's sets, like what it looks like.
Yeah.
But it's picked up in this way that you get. Everyone on there and people watch it, and it's become a staple.
We do. We've got people.
So that's your pop.
That's our pop, and the crackle is next. Oh, now you are. You're like the entree. You are the apple of the eye of every geek.
Oh, thanks.
Out there, it's the geek goddess, and one of them is on the phone right now. What is your name?
My name is Jimmy.
Jimmy, Olivia Munn here.
Olivia Munn. I am a big fan. I was born in November, but I changed my birthday to July 3rd just so we could have the same birthday.
Jimmy, I think that's strange.
I met you at Comic-Con a few years ago, and you signed my chest, and I still haven't washed it.
That's not true. I've never signed a chest.
Well, you signed mine. I can come over and prove it to you.
Jimmy, don't come over. I don't know where you are, but please don't come over.
I just think it's really great that you're doing stuff. You've gone on from G4, Attack of the Show. I have every episode on videotape, and that you're doing all these movies now and TV shows, and I'm a really big fan. I think you look amazing, and I think you're really smart.
How amazing does she look?
She looks so amazing. I have posters all over my walls.
Really, which ones?
Posters from Attack of the Show and just other pictures that I had blown up into posters. Huge fan. I'm moving to Oklahoma just so I can be in the same place where you were born.
Okay, but just don't talk to my family.
Stay away from her family. Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy, buzz off, will you?
Okay, I'm buzzing off.
But thanks for the support. Go see my movie.
Goodbye.
Go see the movie. Anyway, so you're in excellent shape. Cover of Shape magazine. Do you like doing these things? Do you like using the bod out there? Because the magazines, they like to get you as skimpy as they can.
Yeah, it's... I think I have a niece who's just turned 4, and I remember when I moved around. I was a military family, so I moved around a lot, and I had a stepsister who was blonde hair and light-eyed and always wore pretty frilly dresses, and I had ratted hair, and I ran around. I wasn't an ugly kid, but I just was more tomboyish. My big brother was my idol. But you feel something that happens even early on when you're a little girl. I was girly. I just liked, to be messy a little bit, and people... weren't always that nice to me, and I looked more like Punky Brewster. And it came to this place where I started to
Why
feel...
weren't they nice to you?
Because it's a weird... Well, one, if you're always a new kid, it's always hard. But two, even adults, even teachers, you look at it where people are just nicer to people who they find aesthetically pleasing. And it's like when they came to my sister and I, they would always lean towards her. And and I always shied away from being, because I wanted to be the funny one or the really tough one. And I got to a place in my life where a lot of times it's in this business, and also being the kind of person and the woman I want to be and not apologize for it. Like being able to, you can, I believe, be sexy and smart and funny and nice and hardworking. You can have all of those things. And I look at my niece, and there has to be a time in the world where somebody has to say that you can do those things. And I can be on the cover of Maxim, and I'm really proud of that. And I read that magazine when I was in college, and I used to pray to be on the Hot 100 list. And it was such a fun idea to me, because you could see how much the boyfriends are ogling all the other girls. I'm like, you'll regret cheating on me one day.
Have you been cheated on in your life?
Oh my gosh, a lot.
Why?
Because I just want sex too much. I'm just too much sex, and they just go, you know what, Olivia? Sometimes I want to talk, and then they can find other people to talk with.
Oh my God, tell me more.
Well, no. I've been cheated on. My first like real serious boyfriend cheated on me all the time, to the point where I learned how to break into his cell phone voicemail. I would and then I would. I remember meet different girls that I always took him back, but not because I loved him or because I was so lonely. It was just because I liked the idea of being with him, because I moved to Oklahoma when I was 16 after being in Japan for so long. Junior year in high school, I didn't know anybody, and it was really hard. And then there's this guy that was 5 years older than me, and we met at a job we both worked at part-time, and he went to that school, and he's a big baseball player for the school, and he was a baseball player who's like the guy that, him, but not doing anything anymore, but still really cute. And then everybody wanted to be my friend after that. Oh my gosh, you're dating him? You're dating Brock. And his name is Brock. I know. I should have known by that name.
Brock.
His name is Brock.
Biff.
Yeah, it was that close. It was the 2011
He's 5
version.
years older than you?
He was 5. Yeah, so I was 97. So I was 17. He was 23.
Dude.
Yeah, it was. But I liked the feeling of people being nicer to me because I was with him. So I put up with a lot of stuff. And that actually helped me for where I'm at now. And actually, I was with some people the other day, and this really obscenely rich guy who's much older than me was kind of hitting on me. And one of my friends said, well, he's got like a lot of helicopters. And I said, and I go, she goes, and they're really nice. And I said, and I know that she was kind of half joking, but also half serious. And I address the half serious part by saying, I don't work this hard to have to marry a man like that. I want to do it on my own. And I think dating Biff Brock helped me realize that I want to be my own person. And so I think that's really important for women, to be able to be, you want your, it's so funny when women she's just too hot, or she's not actually that pretty, or whatever it is. Yeah. But my only question is, okay, so are you saying you're funny, smart, and ugly? Because if you can't be funny, smart, and pretty, then you must be funny, smart, and ugly. Because that's what you're telling me right now. Okay.
That's a tough thing to admit.
It's like, what do you want your daughter to grow up and to be smart and beautiful, or smart and ugly? Because clearly, or
beautiful's not bad.
Yeah.
It's okay to be hot. You're hot, Munn. The guys like it. You're hot, and you're okay with it.
There's definitely hotter, but I'm okay with I'm very comfortable with my own imperfections, and
you're different. You're not like you're a unique looking.
Yeah.
Hot. That's your thing.
I had actually.
You got your own thing going.
I had a conversation with a stylist yesterday, and he was like, "Okay, Olivia, do you do Pilates?" He's one of those. Do you do Pilates? Do you run a lot? You should start running. And I was like, do you think I need to? And he's like, well, I'm just saying you just. And I had to stop him and said, here's the thing: is I don't want to be ripped. I like the way I look. I hate running, so that makes me like the way I look more, because I'm like, if that's the alternative, I'm fine with this. But I also feel like we can't all be these perfect specimens. And also, as an actor, your body is your tool. And I kind of, if I needed to
you
lose
can go up
weight,
and down in a second if you need to.
But for my personal life, I really don't want to be that really ripped, super thin girl. I mean, I like being thinner, and I like when people are like, I can't wait for someone to have an intervention with me and tell me I'm too thin. I'm like, guys, oh my God, no, thank you so much. but in reality, guys don't like the super skinny girls.
It's absolutely true. I was just walking over here into this studio with my producer, and I saw someone too skinny. I said, God, what a pretty girl. Please eat something.
But when I first moved to LA, I would go out for these auditions, and I was just living in a tiny guest house and going out for everything that wasn't right for me. And you go in for, like, I'd go out for a Target commercial or a Target print ad. And by the way, Target, the women in the ads, they don't shop at Target.
Yeah.
They are beautiful.
Hello.
They're tall and thin. And so I'd go in and I'd look at these girls, and I'm barely 5'4", and they would wear their jeans, their ballet flats, and their t-shirts, and everything would just drape on them. And they would walk in like, you can see, like, you guys can't see, but they would walk in with this, like, kind of their hips lunged forward. That's, imagine this really skinny girls, and they would just like shuffle their feet along, and they would sit down like, oh, I'm so tired being thin, and everything would just drape on them. So I wanted people to think I was that thin. So I went to J. Crew, and I got jeans a little bit too big for me. I got these wedges at Urban Outfitters that look like moccasins in the front flats, but wedges, you couldn't see the bottom. I let the jeans cover the bottom, and I would put on a t-shirt too big for me and let it drape on me. And I taught myself to walk in heels, but as if I was in flats. So I'd be like, I'd just shuffle my feet. And then I would sit down with them like, hi. Yeah, I'm here for the Target commercial too. And I really wanted to be that really super thin girl, but I think somebody has to change the face of beauty. And so when people put me on the cover of a magazine, or if they think that I'm pretty or sexy or anything like that, of course I have my own insecurities, but I find that as a really great compliment, and it's great that it's a different look that's going out there.
You are on the new Sorkin show, right? And
Yeah.
it's about a news organization, and you're a special correspondent. Or
Well,
something?
it's the behind the scenes of
financial. You're the
the
financial.
financial analyst, and Jeff Daniels is a news anchor for a cable news program, and it's fantastic watching Jeff Daniels read Sorkin material. It's his first TV
Fast.
series.
Sorkin material is fast.
It's
it moves.
fast, and it's so great. It's really it's Aaron's. It's the first TV show he's done since winning the Academy Award for Social Network, and he's amazing. I remember I was walking on set with him one time talking about my wardrobe, and I kind of had this moment. He's going and he's talking, and I just go, "Oh my gosh, Aaron!" He goes, "What?" And I go, "I'm walking with Aaron Sorkin on an Aaron Sorkin set, talking about my Aaron Sorkin wardrobe. Oh my God, somebody take a picture of me." He's like. He just looks at me, Olivia, calm down. I was like, no, somebody take a mental picture. Walking and talking with Sorkin on a Sorkin set, talking about my Sorkin
That's huge.
wardrobe.
That's
I
big.
mean, that just doesn't
That's
get
big.
better.
You don't need a guy with multiple helicopters at that point.
No,
You've done it.
No, and if I never ride in a helicopter or have my own helicopter, it will be worth it to do this kind of work.
You don't
with
need a
these
helicopter.
people.
You have a motorcycle. How's that going? You riding it all?
Do you ride motorcycles ever?
I do, and I have for a long time, but I hate to say this to you. My father says there's two types of motorcycle riders. Those who have been in accidents and those who will be.
But you know what? I thought that too until somebody said, but they don't always have to be big accidents.
Right. They can be a small one. I always say that, too. If you stay off the highway,
Yes.
it's a little whoops.
Yeah, it's and also somebody said to me they call them donor cycles, and I thought that was rude.
Ooh.
And it's
Organ donor.
But I never really wanted to ride a motorcycle. The only reason why I got it was I was in a relationship for almost 4 years, and for his 30th birthday, I got him the brand new BMW R1200R sport/touring motorcycle. I don't know motorcycles, but we've been together for a long time. I wanted to get him a great gift for his birthday. When we broke up, he did the stupid thing, because I didn't want to I'm not the girl that takes the gift back. I would never have done that. But he played the martyr card, bad on his part. He's like, I don't want it. I'm like, no, I don't. What am I going to do with it? He's like, I don't even want the motorcycle. Well, thankfully, I have a really great best friend who...
Did you break up with him?
He actually broke up with me.
And gave the motorcycle back? Yeah.
Because he broke
That's
up
why.
with...
If you had broken up with him, he'd have kept the bike.
No, he broke up with me as a ploy. But the reason why he asked me to take back the bike was because I started dating somebody else. And he got really upset by that. Because he broke up with me, I think, as a ploy to, get me to... he wanted to settle down and have babies and all that stuff. And not that I wouldn't, but we had some other issues. And he wanted me to swallow it and keep moving on. So he broke up with me in a way of... I just, I can't take it. I think I love you, but it's just not going to work. And I said, you know what happens when you break up with somebody? They move on. I can date anybody else. Like, as soon as we get off the phone, I can literally do whatever I want. He's like, I think I'm ready for that. And I was on my way into G4. I never missed G4 unless it was for other work that I had to do, or if I was deathly sick. So, which never really happened. But I was on my way into G4 on a Monday. And he called me at noon, and I had the live show in just a couple hours. I didn't stop crying for 12 hours straight. I was so it was just shocking. And we lived together. It was shocking.
12 hours straight, then on the 12th hour, that was it? Done? You moved on and smashed his heart.
No, I didn't. I called him. I said, let's talk about this. Let's think about let's think about what happens after we break up. I mean, is that what you really want? Let's talk again in a couple days. We talk again in a couple days. Like, I'm still ready. Because now at this point, this is what happens with guys. He went off to work in New York, and it's a new place and new people. And if they don't, the reality of life doesn't really, it's like being on vacation. You know, people always break up when they move away or go on vacation. When life picks back up again, well, you know, you just can't leave. Things don't just stay where you left them.
No.
And that's what the problem was. And of course, whenever I see guys are so obnoxious sometimes, because sometimes in the past, now it's good with us, but in the past I'd see him at a bar or a party or something, and his friends would literally come around. I'm like, hey, what's up, Olivia? Hey, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to, what's up? And they would like just kind of like guard him. I'm like, I'm not coming to rape him, but because he was so sensitive about it, because he became such a victim, because if you're the girl and and you date some other guy, then it's just hard. Every guy
Is this a
feels
famous
bad.
guy?
No, he's not. He's a working actor, but but you know, the thing about our relationship, I never put my relationships out there or anything, and it was always just a very private situation. But yes, he's an actor.
What's his name?
Barack Obama.
Oh, wow. Good actor.
Barack Edward Obama.
Barack Edward Obama. Hey, I don't know how she does it. Doug McGrath is your director.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me why he's the greatest director, because I want people to hear that in the business.
Doug McGrath, he comes to set with such an open mind and an open heart, but still this really specific point of view. You know, when you're on a set and you're jumping around into different scenes, you need somebody who has one focus the entire time and knows where we're at and what's the goal. And he always had that, and he always had an answer. And also, he was always willing to try new things and do a different take. And when you're shooting, he shoots how he sees the movie in his head. And that helps everyone, like with time and money, and you're just going forward. And I know when you do something over and over and over, you get in your head, is it good or is it not good? I could always turn to him, and he was always right, because I would see how he would do it with other people, and he would always tell him, that's the take. And you could you feel it from the outside looking in. And you get to trust a man who has such a specific vision. And also, there is such a thing as being too awesome, and he is that, which gets annoying, to tell you the truth.
You know what?
He's too nice.
He cares about the movie, he cares about the budget, he cares about the studio, but he really cares about you.
He is a good guy, and he's your mentor. You guys still talk a lot?
Mm-hmm.
He's the best.
Love him.
He's the best.
Munn, love you, Munn.
Love you.
Munn. How about Munn here?
Munn,
We've had Munn.
Munn,
Little
Munn,
Munn.
the Munn, the
Look,
Munn.
We've had Munn here.
Are you going to Emmy stuff?
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm going with The Daily Show this year. Nominated.
Are you going to do the...
Well, the show is nominated.
Oh,
so,
you're going to go.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we get to go, and I'll see you there.
Fantastic.
Yes.
See Munn at the Emmys.
Yes.
Stop by, Munn. I'll be on...